How relieved are you to finally just play, man? To be completely honest, we're tired of talking about it. You're probably tired of talking about it.
It's always a build-up. It's always an anticipation. You go through the whole off-season process, but now it's everything you've been working on, everything you've been thinking about. It's time to put it into action. So it's an exciting week because game week is finally here. And now you know each and every single week we're on it now. It's not just preparing. It's, hey, we're preparing, and then now we're performing.
Do you have to learn Tanner and Matt as blockers a little bit with them being newer on the interior?
Yeah, and you'll definitely learn their strengths and their weaknesses as far as where they can improve at. But they'll let you know, like, hey, man, I love reach blocks. So now you know, okay, hey, a guy loves reach blocks. I can press the landmark, that much more because I know I can trust he's going to get there. And you continue to work and develop that relationship on those reps on the practice field.
What are you seeing from DJ Giddens? He's a very quiet guy, at least with us, but I would imagine in that running back room he's a little more talkative.
You can just tell he's trying to soak everything in like a sponge, and I think that's actually really important. And I think it's actually a good thing that he may not speak as much, initially, because I just remember my freshman year of college, coming from a small high school, going to a large school at Wisconsin. I just wanted to observe everything. I wanted to see, who got things right, who got things wrong, what were the coaching points, even things that weren't necessarily directed at me. So I feel like he's soaking everything up. And I think that when he gets his opportunity and, he has the ball in his hands, I think that he'll make a lot of special plays.
From a play style standpoint, what stands out about the way he runs or even catching the ball in the backfield, things like that?
Really his subtleness. He's able to kind of play with like leverage and angles, and you may think that he's leaning one way or his body is contorted one way, and then he sticks a foot in the ground and he's going and bursting in the opposite direction. So I think his subtleness, I think it'll throw a lot of people off, and he's very athletic.
What sticks out to you about Daniel after working with him for an off-season and training camp?
I think with Daniel, of course, him being a vet, he kind of knows how to go, with the standard order of operation. But just really at the line, being able to soak in the system as well, coming in, learn the system, soak it in, and then being able to apply it and say, hey, making the changes and the adjustments that he may need to make, if we get a certain look that's not, advantageous for us. So I just think his operation at the line, being able to learn our system quickly and then apply it in his own way on the field.
How important is that stuff? Because I think sometimes it's hard for people who don't play to understand why that's such a big deal.
It's tough because at the end of the day, it's almost like the Mike linebacker. He's commanding the defense. He has the green dot. He's telling people where to line up. So same thing on offense with the quarterback. He has to make sure everyone is in the right places, the right position. Of course, we need to know our book as well. But as far as he's like the general on the field. So being able to have someone that knows that standard order of operation, I think is really big, because if you don't start off right, then you're already set yourself up for failure.
Last year, you got back to big numbers, 1,400 yards, but I think most of that is health, right? You were healthier. But is there anything else? Was there anything else that you feel like you did well last season that allowed you to be you?
Number one, I just think really being able to not force a lot of things. I know there are a lot of times, especially, any back, they always want to have a big play. They always want to, may have an explosive run. And then a lot of those runs sometimes it's just being patient, letting the blocks develop, and maybe a 2-3 yard run turns out to a 6 or 7 yard run. Not a 20-yard run, but we'll take 6 or 7 all day. So having those stack up throughout the year is something that I do think was something that I did a lot more, rather than, you could get to instances where you may try to bounce some runs, trying to make something happen. But it's like, hey, take the yards that are there, keep the legs churning. They may turn into a 7-yard run.
Honoring Jim Irsay on Sunday, how special is that, and what does that mean to you?
The family legacy, they built this place. They built this place, and it means something. Everyone that's in the building, they mean something. They all play a part in making sure that this organization continues to move forward in the right way. So our part in order to continue to move that legacy forward is, of course, making sure that we're prepared, ready to go, doing what we need to do in the community off of the field. But when it comes time to being on the field, it's going about winning the right way. And I think that it's going to be a really special moment. It's going to be a really special season because it was built on special principles.
Does it add anything to this game in terms of you want to win on the day that he's going in the Ring of Honor?
I think, like you mentioned, it does add to it, because you obviously want to go out there and you want to win every game. You want to win every first game, but it even means even that much more, because it's sad that we have to go in this way, in this manner to get it done. But we know he's watching, and we just want to put a good product on the field to ensure that, hey, what he left behind is still headed in the right direction.
JT, one of the observations people had noted about Daniel over the course of training camp was that they may have underestimated the ability of his legs, that playmaking ability. Has there been a point that, he caught you maybe by surprise or something that you observed about that element of his game as a quarterback?
Yeah, he's fast. Because, guys will hit 21 miles an hour in the game, adrenaline, sprinting down the field. He's hitting 21 miles an hour at practice. So, and especially for a quarterback, that's unique. I don't know too many quarterbacks that are hitting those speeds at practice. Of course, I don't know all the details inside of the buildings, but that was something that really caught my eye is, for him to kind of hit some of those speeds at practice. So, I don't want to say sneaky deceptive because I don't think it's a secret. I think people know, like, it's a pretty athletic dude. So I'm excited for him to put it on display, though.
Do you like all of the, like you mentioned, miles per hour during practice? Do you like all of the numbers that are available to you? I know you're a guy who tries to think about everything in terms of preparation. Do you like all the numbers that are available now?
I do, and it's necessarily more for feel. So you can go and you may have a run at practice or you may have a rep at practice, and you're just going to find out, hey, what number, what miles an hour did I hit on that? So that like when I'm feeling like this, I know these are the speeds that I can hit. It just helps you be a little bit more in tune with your body. That's all.
What's the speed you can hit?
Well, I'm trying to hit 23 miles an hour. I don't know, you guys, I don't know if I told you guys, there was a guy at school I went to, Isaac Garrindo, and you guys probably saw some of it. I told you guys, Isaac Garrindo hit 23 miles an hour. So if Isaac's watching this, listen, I'm still grinding. Listen, I was first. Listen, I was first.
I taught him how to play running back when he was here at the local pro day.
Yeah, so Isaac, because he switched over from he was like an athlete when he came in, then it was at receiver and then running back, and that's tough. That's tough going from position to position, learning new techniques. So just trying to give him little nuggets and just letting them know, like, dude, you're fast. Like, people are scared of that. Like, go, just run.
Can you feel? I mean, you feel 22 is different from 23, or?
Oh, it definitely is, but the thing is, it's not that you strain more. It's usually when you feel relaxed and you didn't run as fast. It's usually when you hit those faster times. Just a little tip.
What do you see when you look at Miami?
Yeah, I mean they obviously have a lot of good playmakers on offense. They got Tua back there. He's quick, getting the ball out quick. To his playmakers, Tyreek, Waddle. They got I can't pronounce his last name. Running back. Achan. Yeah. But I mean they do a lot of outside zone schemes and stuff like that. So we do a lot of moving around pre-snap. So we got to be on our P's and Q's.
How different is your game plan this time around versus last year when Tua didn't play?
I was on IR.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
No. I was just, I was doing a lot of rehab and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to be in on some of those meetings.
Well, how different are your game plans now with Lou instead of Guns?
Yeah, I mean, like you just heard, over the course of the off season, we have a lot of, personnel groups and stuff like that. A lot more to the playbook. So, there's a lot to digest, and obviously we didn't do a whole lot in the preseason to show a lot of the stuff that we do. But I'm excited about everything that he's cooking up. So, I mean, we just got to go out there and execute.
With all the new things of the players, 4 or 5 instrumental players new to the defense, and what you guys have done so far, are you curious what this is going to be when you go out there on Sunday?
No, I'm excited. We got a lot more playmakers on the back end, and the guys are just kind of anxious to get ready to start the game. You know what I mean? We've been going against our own offense, all preseason, off season, and OTAs. So the guys are ready to get out there and show what this defense can do.
So it's not an unknown. You're confident that what you guys have got is a good collection.
Yeah, I feel like collectively, multiple guys on our defense throughout training camp have made multiple plays on all levels. So I'm excited on what we're going to be able to do come Sunday.
What have you seen from Latu that's different than last year?
Yeah, Latu, it's just his confidence and his rushing, and also not being a one-trick pony, was just throwing his fastball. You know, he's been doing a really good job this offseason, you know, getting to his counter move. His first move doesn't work, or his secondary move and things like that, and continuing to rush and come up with, you know, sacks, if you want to call it, you know, in practice. So it's been fun and encouraging to see.
DeForest, you mentioned that you guys are eager, of course, as a defense, to show what this is going to look like. You have a number of new additions defensively, but really, the core group of this locker room is a lot of guys who've been here together for a while. Yourself, Kenny, Q,
Definitely.
JT. And what is the sense of urgency you guys feel going into week one to start in the fashion that you
No, yeah, just definitely a lot of sense of urgency. You know what I mean? Like you said, we got a lot of the core group of guys that's been here for, you know, the number of years, and obviously coming up short, one play away, one game away every year. I mean, we're just eager to change that narrative, you know, and handle business, start fast and finish faster. So, you know, the guys are just ready to get out there and, you know, put all the naysayers to bed.
I know you're a first guy in the building guy. Has Daniel given you a run for his money at all?
No, yeah, he's been here early too. So, you know, I mean, I continue to stay with my same old routine. You know what I mean? And it's been working for me. So, I mean, if he gets here, you know, a couple minutes before me, I mean, good for him. He's the quarterback.
What's the balance of, you know, you say obviously getting close and that frustration, but also it's a new year. Like, how much do you hold on to what you didn't accomplish versus what you want to accomplish?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you look at it as scars, right? I mean, you got certain scars throughout the years that you hold on to, and you remember to keep as motivation and learn from, you know, those past failures. And you know, like you said, it's a new year, so you learn from those past failures and you move on and continue to grow as a player, as a teammate, and, you know, see what you can do, you know, better this coming year.
It's kind of random, but I don't think the Eagles were doing the push-tush last time you played them. But if that's something that's ever come up as a defensive player, what's the plan of attack when you're preparing for that, if there is one?
I mean, you just gotta. I mean, you know it's coming, so you know you just gotta stay as low as possible and drive your feet. I mean, that's kind of the only way you can really stop it. You know what I mean? And I think they did a couple times. The last time they played us, they did a tush push.
Yeah. Low man wins. Is that simple?
Essentially, that's the nature of the game. And you know they've obviously, you know, they got a great O-line over there, and you know they've you know, been able to do it with really good technique. So I mean they've found there's some secret ingredient that they got going on over there compared to everybody else. But yeah, I mean that's essentially, it's just the lowest man wins.
When it comes to Daniel or any of the veteran quarterbacks who come in, what do you think the key is to them building a rapport with the team when they're a new guy coming in?
Yeah, you know, any guy really, quarterback. You know, obviously, especially quarterback, but just building that relationship throughout the offseason, you know what I mean? Coming in, you know, just building a relationship, especially with, you know, obviously your guys on offense, the O-line, receivers, and things like that. And I feel like Daniel has did a really good job since he's been here, you know, being able to reach out to guys and, you know, build those relationships throughout the entire offseason.
Did he focus on offense or did he call you?
No, I mean, shoot, we went out golfing a couple times, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's defensively and offensively.
Honoring Jim Irsay on Sunday, how special is that, and what does that mean to you?
No, yeah, that means a lot. I mean, a bunch of us we've been talking about it, how we really do have to win for Jim and start fast and put something out there that he'll be, you know, proud of, you know, looking down on us. And, you know, we definitely take that to heart. You know, the footprint that he's left here, you know, amongst the players, this organization, this city, this is a special year.
The offense is working in a couple new starters on the interior with Tanner and Matt. How have you seen them grow since last year? And do you, as someone, a veteran on the other side, do you give them any pointers as kind of catching them up to speed?
No, yeah, and I mean they've been great. You know, those two, they practice their tails off every day. They got a great veteran guy in the group in the interior with them, with Q, you know, coaching them up and, you know, staying after practice and working on certain sets and stuff like that. And, you know, Grove and I, you know, we talk about all the time, just you know, they're playing with a lot more confidence. You know, and you know they get under our skin a little bit sometimes throughout practice, which is good. You know what I mean? It's going to be good to continue to build that mentality up front for them, and you know, I'm excited of, you know, the consistency that they're going to play at this year.